Good morning, everyone. This is Mark Leibovit of the Leibovit VR newsletters, also vrtrader.com. This is a Monday morning, May 11th update here on Metastock. As a reminder, we do have several products available at vrtrader.com, leibovitvr-newsletters.com, our silver letter, which is our daily market commentary, our platinum letter, which includes that plus specific recommendations, our Leibovit VR gold letter, which covers the futures markets from crude oil to natural gas and precious metals. Our annual forecast model is our VR forecaster report. That's also available. Our Vice letter is our new product, which covers the gamut of gambling, alcohol, tobacco, all the way to the new cannabis stocks. Very exciting tradable area, so I encourage you to go to our Vice letter and give it a shot. There's also the Vice News Raw, which is our weekly free report, which you're welcome to sign up for. Please go to the website and you'll see that sign-up opportunity. Trader's Book of Volume is our definitive guide to volume trading, also available in Chinese. Here at Metastock, a 1-month free trial is available to my volume reversal toolkit. It includes 3 versions of the volume reversal, which I think you've heard about in my previous recordings. We use the sequential version on these videos because that covers all the VRs, positive and negative. I like to see all of them. But we do have a filter which is on our directional version, which also provides some stops, and we have the 2-day version, which it operates on the premise that following a negative or positive volume reversal, you tend to get a move in that respective direction for a couple of trading days. Looking at Whole Foods, very interesting situation here and a lot to cover. As you know, we had a gap to the downside here this past week, intra-week, when the lower expectations again were flashed for the company. This is not a new story. In fact, the fact we came down to this level is no surprise. We had an upside gap here from back in November, and even though we had this huge rise all along, I was waiting for this signal that we would be ready to come back to that level, and sure enough, when we took out the 50-day moving average, which is this blue line, this is back in 3rd week of March, and negative VRs were formed that indicated that we probably were going to start pulling back toward this gap. So this sets up a buying opportunity. Let's take a little bigger perspective here on the weekly charts. The stock had a similar event back beginning in November 2013. It started to come down, lower growth expectations for the company. Analysts indicating that the stock was a sale, so dropped from the 60s all the way down to the 30s. But then we finally start getting this basing action, a positive VR in the weekly charts, and I'm in the Peter Lynch group. If you go into Whole Foods, particularly if you go to the one in Union Square in New York, you got to stand 30 or 40 minutes in line, 12, 15, maybe 30 lines there, just trying to get in and buy even a dozen eggs. It's remarkable. The stock. It doesn't reflect at all the business that this company is doing, so any shakeout is a buying opportunity, but you just have to time it with the volume signal. So on the weekly chart, of course, we had a negative VR here back in March, and we were looking for that gap to be filled. So now that's out of the way, we have to look for a hopeful buy signal. I'm already long the stock here a little bit, but a big buy would come if we do generate a positive VR. But again, this is the weekly chart, so on the daily chart is really where you want to see the signal. But now we have this downside gap, and that says the stock should rally back up to this 47 area. Generally, when you get these breaks, you don't get a rally right back up right away, so I suspect it's going to go sideways for a while. But the lower it goes, and particularly if a positive VR is formed, let's say it drops down into the 30s, and then you get a VR, you can get a nice 10-point move up to this level, so we have to keep an eye out for that. So bottom line, this is one of the classic examples we've seen here in the last couple of years where the street shakes a stock, and with a little patience you can make some money on the long side, so keep an eye on Whole Foods. So that's pretty much what I want to cover this morning, but thank you again for checking in, and we'll catch you on our next update. This is Mark Leibovit signing off.